Hello, my name is Josh, and I'm here to tell you about psychiatry. It's real. It's real. Mental illness is a problem. Now listen here. I might need my glasses back on, but yeah, right. They look stupid. Okay. Disclaimer: you are sane. Who's arguing you are not? Here we are. Let me move this here, and here we go. I'm gonna read this. Disclaimer: you are sane. Okay, you are sane. Don't believe you're not. If antidepressants are overprescribed, there's a pharmaceutical understanding that they make money from it. Healthy people create healthy lives. Psychiatry doesn't want the population to have no mental illness. If they can't abuse others with their drugs, they have zero respect for the patients, which, from my personal experience, is everything they offer in any suffering. It's everything they offer any suffering individual. Instead of practicing awareness, mindfulness, health, and well-being, they tell you it's like diabetes. Fortunately for most people, all problems that manifest as mental illness are traumatic, emotional, concrete trauma that stem from birth and up, and no matter what, you can heal your natural state of being called individuation. The problem with psychiatry is that it was created by cluster B disease individuals to proliferate their own abuse victims into abuse states and force the worst of them into slavery. If you have depression, it's probably okay to admit you should have it, to endure your feelings without antidepressants for a short time and get to the bottom of your triggers through soul searching and other forms of creative thinking, and plenty of people on the internet have assumed as knowledge. Awareness heals others, and conscious thoughts create healthier people. Mm-hmm. And the problem with depression is that it can lead you to a diagnosis of schizophrenia, which in all essence, schizophrenia is doubly bound by the diagnosis and by the state enforcement. It calls for you to stay that way for as long as you believe it, and removes all conscious effort to be free from suffering. It forces anxiety and symptoms that psychiatrists created delusional beliefs that used to pathologize yourself into a stupor of drugged out, interjected sense of tar-like feelings that cause slurred speech, which is from the drugs, toxicity, and side effects. Lethargy, debilitating movement, motivational problems, lack of self-worth, judgments from others, and liable lawful states of monitored liable lawful states, mistype, and liable lawful monitored states. So basically, the law can put you on a committal and keep you in psychiatry forever. If you were to get off the meds, cause a ruckus, and say something too noisy that someone doesn't want to hear, such as during a manic episode, you can be committed. The main point is that you can recover, but some things need to be said, and that's where psychiatry usually steps in. So, for instance, if you have something to say to somebody that's clear as day that will offend them, you might get committed if they really agree with how simple it was. So imagine you have a cluster B parent, and they've been you realize one day that they've been emotionally connected to you your whole life somehow from childhood. And let's say you figure it out when you're like 20, and you say, "Mom, I'm an individual." And then she goes, "What you say? You're stupid." Like that. That's how they do it. Probably. So anyways, they say, "You stupid." And then so they freak out and they argue with you. They're nonstop pieces of shit. It's much worse than that, actually. So what they do is become silent and let you go back to your insane debacle. Then they call a psychiatrist and commit you with paper that is on a writ of habeas corpus, which is called your body. And they put you on a committal with that law, which is absolutely insane. It's a civil rights issue, always will be, because you still pay it, right? I know how funny that looks. Okay, so here we go. Look into these things because they're serious. You can't really find the writ of habeas corpus on the internet. I don't think I tried recently. It's not hard to do. So yeah, it is actually very difficult, Mr. President. Okay, don't start window examining me, please. So listen. The writ of habeas corpus came out in the Civil War. It was for black people to become soldiers. So they forced them to become soldiers with a law called the writ of habeas corpus. They sign it with your name on it, or just use it. I don't know how exactly it works in law, but to get off it, I'm not sure what I'd even go into. You have to kind of write that you're sane, I guess, that you're conscious instead of a body that talks. I don't know how there's a difference, but whatever. So here we go. So yeah, back to this. The main point is that you can recover, but some things need to be said, and that's where psychiatry uses steps in. They're a shadow work of serious delusion. So when somebody commits you, they put you in the system. You have to find creative outlets. You have to be creative to get over these things. If you're not creative, you might just get in trouble. You might lose your shit and go outside and do something stupid. Not in all. You got to stop arguing. Biden, go away. He's shitting himself over there in left field. I can hear him screaming his fucking head off. Fucking bad. He's trying so hard. Guy, I love the guy, but he's a piece of shit. Okay, here we go. Okay. Cluster Bs. Oh, here we go. Provocatively, delusional states are manageable in that when you know your main trauma, you can, when not cluster B, become aware of your entire individuated self. From conscious mind to subconscious mind to consciously unconscious mind. So you have no blind spots. If you have too much trauma, it might be debilitating. It might hurt. It might cause a lot of delusions. So that's the main problem, I think, with most people. You could go to psychiatry and get help, or you can go get a psychiatrist and get medicine to help you. But I would never stay on meds forever if you're trying to heal. Now, the thing is, it hampers and dampens your symptoms when you're delusional. So, for instance, Haldol is the worst drug ever. It's the worst. What it does is shut everything off spiritually, and you become a stick. You move like a stick. You just, like that. You drool everywhere, and you're stupid. It makes your nerves dumb. Look, for anyone that is even caring right now, you probably will be mostly mentally, mental health patients, probably. Anybody searching schizophrenia will probably find this one. So, medicine. There's antipsychotics that work. Invega shuts everything off and makes you yourself. And that works occasionally. What it doesn't do is help body weight. So there's a lot of problems with these meds that I think they would like to change in psychiatry, but they don't, because pharmaceutical companies are actually stupid, most of the time. Sapphiros is the best drug I've ever been on. I don't know if it works for everybody, but it worked for me. Back in the day, I was actually abused by my mom. I was told that I was insane by her. I didn't believe her, but it was a double bind that somehow it all feared that I was insane because she was an adult and I was 18. And the doctor said I was too. So here we go. That guy needs to shut up. What is wrong with you? Get out of my window. What are you fucking sane? Shut up. Okay. Okay, so he's in the head. Here we go. Okay. I wrote that one. Okay, so cluster Bs have severe amounts of physical form and deformities that make physical formed deformities, that's better, that make their pronoun use insane and forces full-blown schizophrenia that they can manage under symptoms they keep to themselves. So no matter what, they go into psych ward, maybe, and they don't do anything, do they? They probably sit there and I don't know how they would. They're not being pathologized usually. They keep it to themselves. They don't manage their delusions. They're really just sick people. So they use people. They're usually users of people. It's not right. They're probably aliens or some shit. Who knows what the fuck they are? They're animals normally. They have animal instincts. They have animal thoughts. They believe in purple. They're usually purple dynamics, purple spiral dynamics. They are so delusional usually that they have sexual dysfunction. They want to dominate. They have nothing but ego dysfunction. Egoic mindset is what that is. And that they really can't help themselves. So they attack everybody. So there's a lot of hypocrisy. There's a lot of projection. There's a lot of histrionics. There's everything. So cluster B is NPD, which is narcissistic personality disorder. There's HPD, which is histrionic personality disorder. Then there's BPD, which is borderline personality disorder. Google those things. These are great. Google. Right here. Google it. It's a fucking verb. Here we go. A typical schizophrenic delusion is usually an associative, paranoid, otherworldly problem of logic that doesn't add up rationally, which may trigger you and cause uncomforting thoughts and manifest beliefs that not only scare others, but may problematically force others to think you're weird, like me. So here we go. Don't laugh. Fortunately, practicing social normacy and stoicism with levels of creativity, manageable catharsis can heal you. And with self-worth and affirmations, you can and will recover from anything these horrendous MD monsters did to you. So backing into catharsis, let's say I was suffering and I just wanted to be sane about my suffering. say I'm really mad at my dad because he said something really mean to me one day, and I want to say more. But what I could do is write about it. I could journal. I could write a poem. I could, if I'm a musician, I could write a song about it. Fortunately, not a lot of people are musicians, and so there's ways you could actually, if you're young, you can actually get into these things, and I would suggest that it's good for you. Now, my issue with my life was that my parents didn't care about creativity, and I couldn't do it. So I had to get a computer and do it myself. And I did music. So here we go. If they're a PhD or DO or osteopathic medicine doctorate, in either case, with an MD, they would be manifesting health. And out of any curiosity, it's obvious that a PhD can't prescribe medicine. But psychiatrists aren't taught philosophy or psychology. They deal spiral dynamic purple delusional hallucinations that cause mental illness. They do cause it. They really do get that at this moment. I'm a collectively aware turquoise empath, so I hear people all day, and it's great because they cry. So I took like 4 caffeine pills. I'm great. Here we go. They think it's fun to mess with people. They are cleverly obscuring through their own shadow and unconscious delusional understanding of beliefs, and it's always opinionated and pseudoscientific when they pathologize you. So let's say they have an opinion. Their opinion is that they're better than you, and no matter what, they believe it. They will always believe it because that's how they pathologize with their delusions. So if there's a guy sitting here saying, well, usually, so imagine this: somebody's talking in full blown fallacy, like he's inverted his sense of self. He's got negative symptoms and cries every time he talks, and you hear it through his voice. You can pathologize that as depression, and for any reason, he's crying that he's somehow lost his mind, lost his will to live. He's a nihilistic conundrum. So they don't think that way. They don't think about philosophy. They think about how they can keep you ill and pathologize you further. So they always think it's progressive, but the fact that you're double bound into their authority makes them that much more powerful. So if you're young and you're watching this video, if anybody even watches it, great, I understand. So if you're watching this video, do not go to psychiatrists, no matter how simple you think life is. It's stupid. It always is a stupid idea. If you get put there, don't feel bad. Try to get out. Okay. So if at all costs, if you're seriously considering you're insane after listening to this video or watching my face move after saying stuff, you probably are not insane. And I know how clearly I am insane. Disclaimer: you are sane. Interesting. That's what they say. Interesting how that looks. Yeah. Maynard, what do? You say, piece together, piece together. Eat some catfish. So you do it. You eat some catfish. They squirm and squeal. You smack them in the head, they just die every time. Okay, look, I'm just joking. Disclaimer: don't eat catfish. Never eat a catfish. Eat that banana right there. That cat with the banana. That's what you do. I don't care if you make me scream and cringe. You stupid idiot. Like, I'm not fucking stupid. I bet I'm tweaking on the caffeine. Okay, here we go. I'm not dumb. Don't scare me. Okay, you. People are just rude to me. They want me to say more and make me embarrassed. Look, I'm gonna sit and prove that I'm not freaking out. Okay. There we go. Bye.